Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Farizati binti Hamdan and I will present the introduction for this assignment. The NSPE Board of Ethical Review has regularly considered conflict of the interest issue. The issue of the professional engineer serving as consultant and in a different role such as representative, city engineer and other is familiar. It has been examined by the NSPE Board of Ethical Review on an early occasion. Nevertheless, serving as the consultant and a contractor raises basic conflict of interest issue, and unless appropriate precautions are taken, can lead to violation of the NSPE Code of Ethics for Engineers. A consultant is a self-employed professional having substantial experience as comprehensive skill in a particular sector. They were hired by organization to provide advice on important organization objective. A consultant is a problem solver who come up with the professional guidance in order to enhance company practice. Meanwhile, contractors are independent experts hired by an enterprise to do a certain work for a set period of the time. Since a contractor is a self-employed and work for others for a payment, their contract expires when they complete the project. Companies may engage contractor on a temporary basis to undertake simple tasks such as energy audit or complicated tasks such as developing software. As a professional engineer, working for both consultant and a contractor present a set unique challenge that need to be addressed. The following problem statement is clarified as project scope and requirement, maintaining professional integrity and ethics, balancing client expectation and project constraint, and managing project risk. The objective for this project is to highlight the unique challenge faced by professional engineer working as both consultant and a contractor. Next, to identify the potential effect of this challenge on project efficiency, client satisfaction and overall professional performance.
Hello, very good day. My name is Anwar Azira binti Kabir, matrix number 2110998. I will be discussed for the discussion for the statement. First, for the conflict of interest, as consultants, their responsibility lies in providing unbiased advice and expertise to clients. As contractors, their objective shift to maximizing profit and completing projects within budget and timeline. When a professional engineering decided to be both roles, it will compromise their ability to make impartial decisions and recommendations, potentially leading to compromised project quality and client justification. Under BAM Section 2, Code 232, professional engineers should disclose all known or potential conflicts of interest that may influence or appear to influence his judgment or the quality of his service. For example, BER Case 87-5, Engineer A served as an equipment manufacturing sales representative and received reimbursement and commissions. He is also independent consultant who will serve as an agent to represent his client's best interest. Next is quality control. As consultants, their duty is to ensure compliance with industry standards, codes, and regulations. When a professional engineer switches to contractors, there is a risk of overlooking critical quality control, measure to cut costs or meet project deadlines. Thus, it compromises the safety and integrity of engineering project, putting the public at risk. Ethical consideration. It is engineering ethics in maintaining professional standards and ensuring public safety. It is to act in best interest of the public and uphold ethical principle. Thus, by serving as both consultants and as a contractor, it may be challenging to maintain objectivity and make decisions solely based on technical merit rather than personal gain. It risks of overlooking safety consideration due to conflicting interests or inadequate independent review, such as in refer to Code of Ethics 1.1, engineers should hold paramount the safety, health, and welfare of the public. For example, in BRK 76-4, the engineer was hired to confirm that discharge effect on water quality will not be below standards and must be reported directly to their client.
My name is Nur Arsha Kristina binti Azman and I'm going to continue about the discussion. Point number 4 is lack of accountability. When engineer is operate as consultant and contractor, then it becomes challenging to establish a clear line of accountability. When there is error in the project, then the accountability becomes blurred, and then it is difficult to identify who should bear the responsibility. And this lack of accountability can lead to the legal implication, erosions of client trust, and then the last one is ultimately tarnishing the reputations of the engineer profession as a whole. Point number 5 is client protection. Allowing an engineer to act as consultant and contractor at the same time can put the client in disadvantaged situation. If the same engineer is responsible to give advice and implementing the project, the client might face challenge to assessing the recommendation objectively, and the client might feel pressure to accept the contractor proposal. And point number 6 is law and regulation. An engineer must be familiar with laws such as Registration Act Engineer 1967. Section 15 of this legislation mentioned that an engineer could potentially get his registration revoked. This act will be implemented if he is found out to be incapable to fulfill his duty effectively, or he is failed to obey the terms, and then he is failed to discharge his professional obligation with due skills, care and diligence. Then he will be fined not more than 15,000 ringgit, or suspension of registration not more than 2 years, as well as written warning and then cancellation of registration. Therefore, an engineer must comply with the Act while carrying out his duty and to maintain the profession engineer.
Hi, my name is Siti Sarah bin Zakaria. I will discuss about the limitation of OSHA compliance. In the Guidelines of Occupational Safety and Health in Construction Industry Management 2017, is for people with legal duties under Section 15 and 17 of the Occupational Safety and Health Act. Okay, for example, the Board of Ethical Review, case 76. 4. The engineer was hired to confirm that discharge effect on water quality will not be below standard. After analysis, but before preparing a written report, the engineer verbally advised the client that the discharge will reduce water quality below the standards and the remediation will be expensive. The client instructs the engineers not to file a written report, pays the engineer and terminates the contract. The engineer learns that the client appear at public hearing with data showing compliance. Although this case is 45 years old and the specific words of the code have changed in interim, the concepts are unchanged. Public health, safety, welfare are the paramount concern of every engineer and preempt any obligation to clients. There is a clear risk to public health, safety and welfare with a consequent clear duty to report.
Isni Sabrina binti Muhammad Nasir. My matrix number is 211092040. In conclusion, professional engineers in electrical engineering should not to be allowed to simultaneously practice as consultant and contractor, as it may cause many issues. This action is also false in law in Engineering Malaysia (PEM), Registration of Act Engineering (REA), and the Code Occupational Safety and Health Act (OSHA). In division, through BEM Section 2 Code 2.3.2 states about conflict of interest. In this situation, the concerned or aim to derive personal benefit from action or decision made in their official capacity. For REA 1967, Section 15, the legislation specifies that an engineering could potentially get his registration revoked. It happened when the incapability of professional engineer to fulfill his profession effectively, including skill, care, and diligence. It will get a fine to get suspended from duties that are not over 2 years. Quality control is much more important because performing both roles might compromise this independent oversight that impact the quality and safety of engineering project. Other important things that require quality control are reducing rework and rejection and reducing project attempt costs. It will make work a more effective process and meet a legal requirement and also make a customer requirement. This consideration will maintain professional standards that are suitable ethical considerations. Separating the roles of consultant and contractor is crucial, ensuring a clear and unbiased approach to engineering project. Besides, professional engineering should have a flexible to adopt alternative safety framework tailored to specific needs of each project, allowing urgent greater innovation, adaptability, and cost effectiveness while ensuring safety of workers.